Hello, my name is Shanquilla Carter. I don't actually take myself to be a teacher or anything, but I do have some understanding of some things, and so sometimes people seek me out and ask me questions. The problem though, I'm not the most articulate brother when it comes to expressing myself. Sometimes I stammer with my tongue, I get stumbled up a little bit, and sometimes I ramble. You know, lately a lot of people have been asking me, on certain things, my point of view or my thoughts. But I run into the problem of, when it gets to me explaining, they take it on as, okay, I know this, I know that, and I know that. And they almost take it as what I'm saying to them is an attack on them. You ask me a question, but then you do not allow me the time to actually explain and discuss my point of view. Now, I don't understand it. You know, if you're seeking an argument or a debate, you know, at times I can do that, but you're actually coming to me acting as if you need information or you're seeking something that you don't have. But then when we get to discussing and I'm sharing with you, you're telling me, well, I know this and I know that, and it's not from the point that I'm discussing. So if you know it, why are you asking? Otherwise, are you just seeking to combat me or, argue with me? If you think you know or you do know, then what are you seeking from me? The information that I'm sharing with you, you must don't see it as value. You don't even listen to it or hear it. You've already come with an answer to your own question. And so, what's the purpose of the discussion in the first place? I don't mind discussing with anybody. I like to talk. That's one of my main things. I love to talk. I love to communicate, and I do not have to be right. I I don't mind debating. I believe that iron sharpens iron. Um, Sometimes, I may not have the time. I do have a family. I do have a business. I do have work. But majority of the time, I'm open. I'm always making myself available for people, especially when they say, they have a question. I try my best to answer, and if not, I seek answers from elsewhere or send them elsewhere for an answer. In the end, I'm not the authority. It's the Holy Spirit or the Ruach Hakodesh. Hakodesh. That's, you know, that's the source. Yahuwah is the source. I'm not a source, but I do happen to have information. I have experiences, so I can share from those experiences. If you want to hear from me, I have no problems. But all of this, telling me or arguing with me on what I'm saying to you, as if I'm attacking you, that's so immature. I'm trying to mature myself because I have a lot of immature aspects about me. I still have a lot of pettiness and stuff. Where I think it's fun. It's enjoyable to me. But that's something that in my childlike state, I didn't really get to express. So I'm doing it a lot now, still at 47, and it's things that I'm working out of me. It's gotta go. It has no place, and I can admit that. And so when I point out something to a person, I don't do it trying to hurt them. I'm showing them love in my aspect. I'm chastening them or directing them for correction. If you feel need to correct me, I have no problem with that either. I just don't understand when you're trying to correct me after you've sought me out. If you had something for correction, you could have brought that from the beginning, and we could have started on a level playing field. But if you're only bringing it to I guess back me off of you or to be defensive, to attack me, that makes no sense. Are you really seeking help, or are you just seeking to actually bring an art with a brother? If you want to have an art with me, we can talk about it and work through it. But if you're coming to me and acting as if nothing is wrong, but only thing whenever you ask the question, you refute me by pointing out my flaws and stuff like that. okay, I'm gonna take it to my prayer closet later and talk to the Most High, but that's not what you said your purpose was. If your purpose was coming to help me and correct me, let it be about that. But if you're seeking help yourself, what's the argument for? Sometimes you need to just shut up. Excuse me if that sounds harsh, but you need to just be quiet and listen. You might learn something. Just because I don't discuss it or go about it the way that you might, if you take the time and be patient, you may get the answer and solution in there. In actuality, the answer is in you anyway. But if sometimes you take time and listen, you may be able to glean from the grapes that I'm giving you and take the nourishment. You know, you don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater, per se, as they say. You could keep the baby and throw out my nasty bathwater. You can sift through it, find the good parts that belong to you, the parts that the Most High is speaking through me to you. All I say is not from the Most High. I'm a human being that has a spirit in me, and so I'm still on this earth. I have not reached perfection, so there are a lot of flaws in me that are being worked out. I'm living from grace to grace every day. You can be my friend, that's fine, or not. It does not make or break me. I have a family, I have a wife, I have children. I have enough love that I don't have to deal with other people really. And I kind of, some ways, have gotten to the point where I'm okay with that. I still have a desire and a thirst for fellowship, but it's not like it was before. I'm not going to be jumping through hoops for people that aren't going to jump hoops through hoops for me. I just not going to do that. I have too much on my plate to be doing that. So you can either live with it or not. I don't have a problem with deleting, blocking people or whatever. I would prefer not to. A lot of things could be done, basically decent and in order. If you got something to say to me, we can actually talk on the phone. Come to me. I don't like that people would have arts with me and take it to other folks, but it happens a lot. And me being a perceiver gift, I perceive stuff a lot, and I go directly to people, and they tell me there's no issue. And then down the line, I find out there are. That's just been, my testimony in my life all along. When I came up as a Christian, I ran into that a lot. Most of the people that I was under, when I sought them out for information, they never had the answer, or they basically asked me why was I looking for this certain question or thing to be answered. And then when I got the answer elsewhere, then they wanted to share what they knew. I'm like, I don't need to know what you know now. I came to you first. And it seemed to offend them. A lot of times people would even lie to me or tell me stuff that I guess to appease me for the moment. But then later on, they let it be known, to others and then sometimes even to me that what they were saying was not, 100% accurate and they knew it. But it was just to back me off for a minute. And I'm like, I'm not a child. You don't have to handle me like that. I could be handled harsh. I could take harsh words. Now you might get some back, but if I know that you got love for me, I can take it. But if I feel like you just all about attack and that's it, if all you have is negativity towards me, come on. Not going to just accept that. I was bullied in my youth and I will whoop your ace if I have to. I can do that, I believe. But I'm not trying to go there. I'm not trying to be physical. And so when it comes to the mental, I feel like I can handle my own too. If it comes to words, I can do that. I'm not trying to go there either. I try to do things about love and stuff. I try to love on folks, but hey, if you deem me unlovable, walk away. Cut ties with me. Cool. Tell me that you cutting ties though. Don't just do it, just disappear or whatever. Hey, but if that's what you want to do, you have that right to do it. But if all in fairness, talk with me. Let me know. Okay, I can't deal with you. And I'm good with that. Because you got your life, my life, I got mine. We do not revolve around each other. We are not. It's not like I'm the earth and you're my moon and your life revolves around. No, it's not that. You have your own situation, I have my own situation, and we can basically disappear from each other's lives and not have a problem. I got many people that I love and I don't deal with on a regular basis, and it ain't because I don't love them. It's because our lives just don't, come together. One of my favorite cousins in life is my cousin Idris, and I haven't seen him in years. I see him on Facebook. You know, I got much love for him, but he got married. I didn't even, I wasn't a part of it. And I don't think there's any hostility, any anger towards us, between us, but we don't even communicate. We live different lifestyles, and yet we're still in the same area. It just happens that way. You know, you have a full life, especially when you work and have family, have business, have your own circle of friends. It happens that way. So, it ain't nothing to get mad about. You can do everything you can to fix it. So if you don't want to relate with me, I'm cool with that. Don't make it like it's me. Tell the truth and be, I ain't feeling Shanquilla. I'm cool with that. That realness, that truth, I can honor and respect that more than anything. But most people don't want to be honorable and just tell the truth. They want to make it about you and, you the problem. You know, tell it real. I got a couple of different people when I was a Christian as ministers that I had to cut off because every time they dealt with me, they try to act like they handled me, even though we came up on the same level, went to Bible college and everything on the same level. But yet they want to act like they above me. They want to play me off, especially when I came into this Hebrew truth, want to make it like I'm indoctrinated or caught up and know good and well, I never accepted anything easily. I always challenge. So you think I'm gonna just take this on easily? No, I challenged it. I made sure to look through it. I research, and when I try to share that research, no, they don't want. No, I don't want no part of that. I do really believe a lot of the people that I've dealt with in the past, especially in Christianity, they don't want to deal with the research because if they did, they would have to go back and straighten it up with people that they've told the lie of Christianity. Their pride, it won't allow them to do that. Because if they misled some folks, they got to go back and get it right. So it's better to fight to them and just try to prove what they believe, knowing good and well all of the pagan stuff that's in there. They know that stuff is in there. They've looked it out and they've been shown that, but they just rather still keep fighting for that. And it ain't the idea of, Christian in itself is not the problem. It's a problem, but it's all of the things that's involved in it. That is the problem. That is the problem. They don't want to deal with it. They know all of the pagan and all the idolatry that's involved in it, and they say, well, I don't do that. But the majority of Christians do it, and they do it in ignorance, yes, but they do it. And so you're partaking in that. You can't be a part of that body and they partake of it and you not deal with it. When I tore my Achilles, that's a part of my body. So every part of my body has to deal with that hurt, that pain. So the way I walk different because of my Achilles. So yeah, you can say you the arm, but you're affected by what's going on in the legs. The legs is affected by what's going on in the arm. Everything that's in a whole body is affected by other parts of that body. So you can't be a member, lean your members to something else and not have it affect you. It's going to affect you. Like they say, bad company corrupts good manners. You keep on being around that mess and it's going to mess you up. That's why, I deal with a lot of my friends that's still in the world, but I don't make it a habit of doing it. Because I know I ain't trying to go back to where I used to be. I used to be a hoe. I ain't trying to do that. I got friends that's, near their 50s and they still doing the same things that we was doing back in our 20s. Come on. I don't have time for that. I'm a happily married man and I just don't have time for that. Do that mean I don't love them? No. It means I just don't have time for that foolishness. I done put away those childish things on that area and no, I ain't going back to it. The pettiness, I need to put that away. But I can't, I ain't going to say I can't. I just ain't did it yet. I'm working on other things. You know, sometimes you got to basically compartmentalize and deal with certain things at a time. We growing from grace to grace. So you deal with what the Most High gives you at the moment. And then once you put that away, you ain't got to work with it no more. A lot of times people be trying to work with a lot of things at one time, and it don't work because you keep leaving so many things undone at one time that it overwhelms you. What you can get done, get it done. Get it out the way. Move to the next thing. Come on. I don't know. I just felt like rambling and talking. That's just me. I like to talk. Sometimes I even talk to myself. I like some intelligent conversation, you know. But, all right. Blessings.